welcome to our Wednesday beauty event. No, yes, it is Wednesday. Oh my gosh. I'm like, what day is this today? Hey, everybody, thank you for being on here tonight. I'm super excited that you guys are on here tonight. I'm actually shocked that because it's the day before Thanksgiving. So before we get started, we do have Yemi on here, and she is our amazing Spanish interpreter. So Yemi, there you go, Yemi. It's all yours.
Muy buenas noches a todas, bienvenidas, estamos súper emocionadas, estamos en una noche que va a ser maravillosa donde vamos a aprender mucho, así es que si quieres escuchar la clase en español, busca en tu pantalla que hay un cuadradito que dice Spanish, clica el cuadradito y ahí te estaré esperando con la clase en español. Gracias.
All right, Yemi, thank you so much for that. All right, everybody. Well, I'd like to see who the guests are on here for tonight. If you are a guest on here tonight, you are going to be super fortunate because we're giving away a lot of things tonight. So if you are a guest, please make sure that you put your name in that chat section and who invited you tonight. That's super, super important that you guys do that, because we want to know that you're on here tonight. And I just want to say thank you. And more importantly, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I debated whether to do this or not tonight, and Jackie had something come up, so I have her video. We went through a lot of training today, but brows are so great. We're going to do brushes and brows tonight. So just really quickly, if you are a guest, I'm waiting for those guest names in there. So I'd like to know really quickly while we're waiting for those guest names, are you cooking or are you eating out? Who's cooking and who's eating out? Okay, so let's see who's cooking and who's eating out. Let's see, there we go. Cooking, all right, there we go. Oh, look at all the cooking. Okay, both. Going to family, cooking. All right, look at you guys eating at friends. How awesome is this? So going somewhere, I hope you know where you're going. Potluck, okay, perfect, good. Well, thank you for being on here tonight. I am super excited about this event, and you know, it's always great to do brows and brushes because I think that's really great. So again, please put your name in that chat section. My name is Janice Trude, and I am a Global National Sales Director for Mary Kay, and I work now in lots of countries. I have a new contract with the Philippines. I have a contract with Mexico, and I work mostly in Europe. So all of that is kind of getting bigger and bigger. But thank you for being on here tonight. And brows and brushes are super important, and we're going to do some different things tonight. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who is on here tonight. I'm going to grab my notes here really quickly. And how many of you know that great brushes are good? Okay, so I do want to spend the first few minutes on our amazing brush set. Now, if you do not have a good set of brushes, you need to talk to Mary Kay Beauty Consultant. And by the way, consultants out there, these are the best in the world. These are amazingly synthetic brush hairs. Okay, they're synthetic hairs, and they're perfectly shaped to get the right amount of product on them. Okay, the case is amazing. And we're going to go through all the brushes. You know, Jackie kind of helped me through a lot of these because there's brushes for different things, and sometimes we get a little confused. So I want to talk to you about these brushes right here. And I want to just say, first off, for those of you consultants on here tonight, you know, this is good education for you. So work to make sure that you have brushes at all of your Mary Kay parties. Make sure you have these. This is really important that people use brushes at your skincare parties, okay? So I'm going to go through the brushes really quickly with you in this case. And again, this is an amazing gift. So if you are a consultant, I would give away all of these. These look really cute wrapped up, but you can put gift cards in here. You can roll up lots of things in here. So there you go, just as a thought, because I know how many of you are ready for Black Friday. A lot of you guys are going to do some great things this week. So let's just talk about this. This first one here, which is my very favorite brush. I love this brush. This is the powder brush, or the all over brush. Now, this is one I use specifically. Jackie was talking to me. She uses this with the silky setting powder. Our makeup artist uses this with our silky setting powder and our translucent powder. It is an amazing brush. It's a big brush. You're going to love the brush hairs on this also too. So whose favorite brush is this? Okay, do you have any favorite brushes? Let me know. This is a great brush. Then I want to go to this brush here, and I want to take a little minute on this brush because Jackie really educated me on this brush. This is the cheek brush, and the way you can see it is it's got an indentation in it. Can you all see the indentation there? And this is actually good for 3 different things, okay? So she said, first off, it's a great brush just for your cheeks, okay? So it's just for the cheeks. It's right there, the way it's edged, you can see it's angled, okay? So this part here is you with the powder you put on here is the best for your blush, okay? Then she says, if you pinch it like this, okay, that is the best for contouring. So you hold it and squeeze the bristles down here, and you can see you can pinch it for contouring also too. So this is also contouring. And then she says you can use the top part up here for highlighting. And we're going to do contouring and highlighting in a couple weeks, and she will be on here with us. So I'm just going to say that this is a 3-in-1 brush. And this also comes in your brush list. So you have both of these, and then you have these 3 here. And I want to go through all of these with you because these are really, really great brushes. First off, we have what they call a smudger brush, and that's this much here. This is this brush here. This is the eye smudger brush, and it can be used if you use like a gel liner or any kind of a liner and you just want to smudge it out. This brush is great for that, okay? And by the way, all the brushes are labeled, so you would know that it is this smudger brush just by looking at the label there because it says smudger brush on it. It's used for a lot of different things. This is a great for smoky eye, just to put a little bit of product in the corner right there and smudge it around. This is a great brush for that, okay? And you can use a tip, okay? Then there is this one here. It's called the all over brush. And what I love about the all over brush, it's a little bit thicker. You can see it's a little bit wider. This is mostly for people who have a lot more space in their eye area. You can use it for that. I also use this, and I have mine here, someplace here. Mine is now flattened because I use it for foundation, okay? So I actually use 2 of these. This one is for foundation, just to clean up underneath the eye. Maybe you kind of, sometimes you have liner falling down there. You just want to clean up just a little bit underneath the eye here like this. You can put a little bit of foundation. I love this brush for that. So this is the brush that you would use. It's called the all over brush. You can see mine is squished with foundation on it already. And you definitely want to clean your brushes at least once a week, but I wanted to just show you how the difference is. And I do that for cleaning up underneath it also too. And if you guys use the brushes for anything, please put something on here also too, what you use the brushes for, okay? And then we have the crease. So then we have the eye crease brush, and this is this one here, and it has an angle. You'll see the little bit of angle on this one here too. And this is for the crease also too. You can use this for smoky eye. There's a couple of different ways you can do that, or you can just do in the crease. So these are the brushes that come in the brush set. There are a total of, you don't want mine, sorry. There's a total of 5 brushes that come in the brush set. And if you guys do not have good brushes, I'm going to say as a Mary Kay Beauty Consultant, you need brushes. And can I just say, for all of you who are on here tonight, build your brushes. I have about 60 of each of these. So when I go to a Mary Kay event or party, everybody has a brush. So every time you place an order, I want you to add 2 brushes, add 2 brushes, add 2 brushes, add 2 brushes. Build on your brushes, because it is a really great way to do this. There is a couple more brushes I wanted to share with you. This is not in the brush set, but consultants and guests who are on here, this is a must. If you are using charcoal mask at your skincare classes or at any of your parties, this is a must, okay? Because then it doesn't get in your fingers. And sometimes it gets in the fingernails and it gets all, Plus it also wastes product too. So what I love about this brush here, the silicone brush, is it wipes off really easy. It's a great to put on any of the masks that we use, the gel mask, the charcoal mask, any of those. But this is also a great brush. So I wanted to share this brush here with you. And if you're a guest on here tonight and you're thinking about getting charcoal mask, always get this. And consultants, pair them together. That's really super important. I love this brush for that. And the last brush I want to talk to you is about a foundation brush. Now, how many of you, or I won't ask, does anybody still put the foundation on with fingers? Every once in a while I want to do. Who's your finger person? I know some people are up there. Some people are like, oh, I still like to use my fingers. I feel like I just need to feel that. Has anybody put their foundation on? And it's okay. You may not want to say. And we won't kill you or anything. That's great. Under eye corrector for that too. The smudger brush for that. I'm a brush girl. Yes, I do. Okay, Heather does. All right, I love our foundation brush. Now, if you are not used to using a foundation brush, I will tell you, put a little bit of foundation on here and you try this, and it is amazing what it goes in. And I do take it close to the eye, but I just find by having this extra brush afterwards. So I take it up there, I powder down, but then when I put liner on, sometimes things get a little kind of crazy. So then I use these brushes. So brushes are super important. They do make a huge difference. in your makeup application. And I really started working with this when I started working with the company on the brushes and stuff too. I love to go underneath the foundation and do that for that. So the foundation brushes for me, yes, the foundation brush is amazing. You know, it's hard because when you see the cheek brush and the foundation brush, you're like, wait, what's the difference? So I'll tell you the one you can tell the difference with is the one with the crease, okay? The one with the crease is the cheek brush, okay? So again, consultants, build your brushes and it's really great. And guess, I just want to say, if you do not have a great brush set, it's in a great little Ziploc and it's giving you an opportunity. You can actually add brushes on both sides. You can put brushes on this side and brushes on this side. It's got a great container in there and you will love this, okay? So I do want to say, take a minute on brushes tonight because I do love the brushes and I know that you love the brushes also too. Okay. Oh, I forgot one brush. And we're going to talk about this tonight. It's the spoolie brush. This is Jackie's favorite, who is our beautiful makeup artist. This is the spoolie brush. And this is a great brush. So if you put on mascara and sometimes your lashes may stick a little bit, this is a great thing to pull right after you put the mascara on. It separates it, but it's mostly for your brows. But I also love the sharp tip. How many of you love the sharp tip of the spoolie brush? All right, Tracy Grudsky, put in there with the chat section. What do you do with this? I love this when I have to just put a little bit of color in an edge or an area. So does anybody use this sharp tip for anything special? If you do, put it in the chat section. We want to know what you use this for, okay? But I love that part. I love the spoolie brush. It's great. You can see how fine the tip is on this also too. So it's really fine. So brushes are important, you guys. You know, really make sure that you have a lot of brushes and, you know, build your brushes and things like that too. All right. Well, we're going to talk about brows. And brows really today shape your eyes. They really do. They really do make a difference. Now, I have bangs. And so if some of you have bangs, it's your brows may not be as big a deal, but brows really shape your eyes today. Did you know that there's a fact that 75% of women today have to add either volume or length to the brows? How many of you have gotten to the point in your life where your brow is like this? It's kind of short and it's just all of a sudden kind of stopped. You know, you had long brows, you're not sure where they went to, but they just kind of now are like a square or a smudge or something. You can't figure out what happened to them. So we're going to do a couple things tonight. We're going to first watch Jackie's amazing video on brows. Then we're going to talk about the brow products you can use. You know, brows today, people are having their brows done, but we have the tools in Mary Kay. And it's a great way for you to be able. Fitting on the ends, yes. I have small eyes, the brushes. Okay, so yes, okay, brow tools are totally essential. So we're going to show this quick video, and you're going to love this one because it's going to give you an opportunity to watch exactly how this is done. And we're going to circle back and go through all the brow products that we have. Okay, so
Hi everyone, I couldn't be more excited to talk to you about our new brow products. We are launching a brand new portfolio of products to help your customers achieve perfectly shaped, shaded, and full-looking brows. Here's what we got. First is the Mary Kay Precision Brow Liner. This product features a retractable, no sharpening needed micro tip that allows for lining, defining, and filling in the brows with hair-like precision. Let's look more closely at the micro tip. This design makes it easier to stay in control of application and create feathery strokes that look like natural hair. As you can see, this new liner can really help you achieve a more natural hair-like look. Something else I love about the new liners is that even after using it a few times, the tip is still fine, so I don't feel like I need to sharpen it. With 5 shades to choose from, the blendable, buildable color allows you to put your best brows forward any way you choose. Plus, this formula is life-proof, so once applied, there's no smudging or fading. While we're on the topic of shades, here are some tips on choosing your perfect shade. First, you want your brows to look natural and not like 2 solid rectangles on your face, right? So, when choosing, go with 1 shade lighter than your actual brow hair color. The lighter color will give the brow dimension and will give you a more natural, softer look. All you gorgeous redheads out there, this one's for you. Sometimes these brows can be extremely light or even look non-existent. For strawberry blonde hair, try the blonde shade. This tone tends to work well with this hair color. For darker auburn red hair, try the brunette or dark brunette, depending on how dark your hair is. If the brows are gray or silver, filling in the brows with a taupe shade like the blonde or dark blonde liner works beautifully. Now this is for everyone, so listen up. No matter what color your brows and hair are, your brows don't need to be as dark or as bright as your hair color. In fact, if you think about most natural blondes, their brows are typically darker than their hair color. On the other side of that, if you have naturally jet black hair, going with a pure black brow may give you a very severe or harsh look. So, in this case, I would recommend trying a combination of black brown and dark brunette or brunette so the brows have some dimension. Now let's talk about the volumizing brow tint. This product features microscopic fibers that cling to the hairs for fuller, lush-looking brows. So, even customers with thin, sparse, faded, over-tweezed, or even flat brows will see a visible boost. Just like the precision liners, these brow tints are life-proof with a flexible hold so they won't budge through your workday or your workout. Now, back in the 90s, the trend was more of a thin brow, so I may have plucked a little too much. And unfortunately, at some point, the brow hairs stopped growing back. So I'm ecstatic about the new brow tint. I'll admit I'm a bit of a lazy girl when it comes to doing my own brows in the morning. Yes, I said it. With this brow tint, all I have to do is open the tube, wipe off the excess, then start at the thickest part of my brow, which for me is the inner part, applying in short upward strokes. For some, the arch is the thickest part. So if that's the case, you start at the arch. And that's all I do. It's so easy and quick. I'm not a natural blonde and I have pretty dark brows naturally, so I use the blonde because it's a little lighter than the actual hairs and it blends really nicely. And that's my lazy girl brow. Now, of course, the precision liners and volumizing brow tints were designed to work perfectly together, and your customers will probably want to have both. That's because they each serve a different purpose. The precision brow liner is going to help with defining and filling in the brows, whereas the volumizing brow tint is going to help add volume and tame the brows. So, when I'm not doing my lazy girl brow, here's what I do. First, I'm going to use my spoolie to comb through them. Then, I'll take the precision liner in dark blonde and fill in the spaces where I overplucked in the 90s. So, all the way out using short, feathery strokes. Again, the tip is so fine that you can really make the strokes look like natural hairs. And that looks great by itself. They're defined and filled in. But I'm going to go in on top of that and add some of the volumizing brow tint to help add some volume and keep them in place. Another thing to remember is that there are a lot of different ways your customer can create the perfect brow for her face. Some people prefer a more structured and shaped brow, whereas I prefer a more natural look. Now, we know that brows are a big deal, so you'll find a multitude of support tools available to you. The look is full of helpful brow tips, including this how-to map that shows how to find the best brow shape for your face, and lots of how-to videos and more that you can share with your customers on Product Central and the Video Lounge on Mary Kay in Touch. Have a great quarter, and I'll see you next time.
All right, did everybody get all that? No, so we're going to go over it. You know, one of the things she said, of course, was to make sure that it's lighter. And I think blondes have a little bit harder time with that, also too, redheads. So let's go and review a couple of things that she said. I'm going to share some screen shares with you. So take some notes. I think this is a really good one to do the show. I got a lot of these great screen shares from our makeup artists, but this is where the brow should begin. That's where the arch should be, and that's where your extended brow should be. So you can either take a pencil, like any kind of pencil actually, or a brush or something like that, a tool there that you can hold, maybe an eyebrow pencil or just a brow liner, and just hold it up there. It's where it should begin, and in the middle, like it's on the corner of your nose. This one might be a little bit easier. This is the one from the company also too. You can see this is where it should start, and this is where it should end. I see a lot of people's brows today. If you actually look at people's brows, they have a part where they finish between 2 and 3. Don't quite have it all the way there, and that little extra tail is super important. This is where it should start 1. And if you have more that goes towards the center, that's where you can tweeze back right there. It should start right there on the side of the corner of the nose. Okay, so you do right up the top, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's the first thing that you want to do. So you definitely want to make sure you do that. Now, we have a new brow liner that came out this last year. And what I love about it, it has very soft strokes and it's retractable. Okay, it comes in several colors. But one of the things she said is you don't draw the line, you use wispy strokes. We used to have a lot of wood, and you're going to still see a lot of wood liners out there. But this is really nice because it's retractable and it is very thin. So the first thing that you want to do is first off, decide where your brows are and where the shading, where you need to shade. The second thing that you want to do is take your spoolie brush, okay? This is super important to pull up all the lashes, okay, where they are. So take this brush, pull up your lashes with the spoolie brush everywhere you go, okay? So that's the second thing you do. So you've got that. So you've got to know where it is, and then you pull that up, all right? So then the third thing would be to use the Amazing Brow Liner. Now I'm going to show you the colors it comes in so that you can jot them down so that you will know what colors that you want to do. Remember, she can go a little bit lighter. So, and I don't know, sometimes screen shares are very difficult. So let me line this up. So we have blonde, and I will tell you, we're one of the very few cosmetic companies that have a blonde pencil out there. So I just want to say, for those of you who are blondes out there or always looking for a blonde, and consultants always keep blonde pencils. Can I ask from the chat section, all the directors and the consultants who are on here who have a lot of customers, what are some of the most popular eyebrow liners that you sell? There's blonde and dark blonde. Yeah, see, I think so too, Tracy. Thank you for that. Blonde and brunette. Okay, so dark blonde, then we have brunette, dark brunette, and we have black brown. Remember, she was saying, do not dark brunette. Look at you guys. All right, really black brown. So it's really straight across the board. All of them are really important. Okay, so yeah, a little bit of each. Eyebrows shape your face. They do. Thanks, Vanessa. But blonde and dark blonde, I do a lot with. Blonde I love, obviously, because of my hair coloring, and you can decide which one you want. Now, remember, she said for redheads, you need a brunette. So if you are, as a consultant, if you are dealing with redheads out there, or you have red in your hair, brunette is the best way to go with that. And she said, if you have black, don't go so dark, go dark brunette, and maybe not black brown on that also too. So these are the colors that we have. So again, remember what we said. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is going to decide where your arch is, where your brow is, how that's going to work. You're going to take your spoolie brush, which I really love the spoolie brush because it does lots of things. It not only lifts all your lashes, but I use it also for my mascara. This is a great brush. This is an amazing little spoolie brush you have, and just go ahead and go up. So then you decide where the arch is. There's the arch there, and that's where it should end there. So you're going to go and figure that out first. Then you're going to do the spoolie brush. Then you're going to shade. And when you guys shade, do wispy strokes. Do not draw. How many of you have ever seen drawn eyebrows? How many of you have ever seen some amazingly scary drawn eyebrows? Okay, so you don't want to do the scary eyebrows. You want to just do the wispy strokes. Okay, all right. Then the next part, my mom drew hers. Thank you, Cynthia. I know. You guys pay attention to brows. You know what? In the next few days, as you're out shopping, look at people's brows. I mean, don't be creepy about it, but you know what I'm saying? Look at people's brows, see what you can find out with that, okay? So then we have the brows. She looks scary. That's so funny. Then we have this part here, and this is the tint. This is the volumized browsing tint. I'm going to show you how to use this in just a second. We have, and again, I'm sorry if the screen share is fuzzy. Blonde, maybe if I go smaller, it might be able to see better. Blonde, brunette, dark blonde, and dark brunette. I do sell a lot of blonde. Brunette, again, is for the redheads. We have dark blonde and we have dark brunette. So this is the volumizing brow tint. Okay, this helps for a fuller look of brows, tinted, and it also helps to just shape everything. It just looks even with the color. Okay, so when you're using the brow products, the volumizing tint, I'm going to share with you really quickly. There's a lot of product in here, okay? So this is the blonde one. And what I do right away is I take the excess off. There's always a little bit of excess on here for me. And I take this and I use this. After I do this, and then I go ahead and I use that. All right, so I use the tint on there and then I leave it. You know, sometimes we're not really patient. I know it's probably talking to most women. We're just not patient. We just want to do the next thing. So I take this and I leave this and I go like this with the color, okay? You won't love this the way this works. And then leave it just for like 5 minutes. Just for like 5 minutes, okay? And this is a great product. And then over that, and you do this for, you know, you use this product here because this is really the last part you use here is the Clear Brow Styling Gel. Now the styling gel can be used for several things. How many of you have like some brows and there's hairs kind of like moving around? Like one's longer, but you want to keep it. You don't want to pluck it because you still need it. You know what I'm saying? So you want something. And so the great thing about this is you use the clear gel. All right. We're excited because they did have this gone for a little while, but you use the clear gel over that. And it kind of keeps everything together. And it also is a setting type of a gel too. So it keeps the brushes, the brows, oh my gosh, the lashes and the brows all together, the fine lines there, and it just kind of molds them together. So it's really a clear product, okay? So if you were to get as a bundle on these things, this is what you're going to need to make this work, okay? These are the 4 perfect things to make your brows work, all right? So 1 is the spoolie brush, 2 is the liner, 3 is the tint, and 4 is the gel, okay? These 4 products will make your brows look amazing. Now, for those of you who already have brows and they're long and they're fine and you don't really need that, I will tell you the gel will really help because it'll keep all the hairs together. It does a really good job of that. And again, you can see how much product is on here. I usually take a little bit of the product and I wipe it like this because I don't need all this product and most of us don't. So I want to keep as much as possible. So then you just go up. And it really just helps your brows to stay all day. My brows have been on all day, and you can see where the arch is, you can see where it stops, you can see where it ends right there also too. So I have the tint, I have the blonde tint on, I use the spoolie brush. I am missing from about here down, and that's about 75%. How many of you guys are missing that last section? Is anybody just missing that last section? Okay, so anyway, those are some of the things. I know, I think we're all missing the last section of that. So that's for sure. So I just want to say those are the products. I want to share with you the colors again, especially for our guests who are on here tonight, because I want you to be able to see the ones that you need. Okay, so this is the blonde, the brunette, the dark blonde, and the dark brunette. So if you're a blonde, you're going to need the blonde pencil and the blonde tint. Okay, remember to wipe off any excess of that. Okay, and then this here is the dark brunette, black brunette, sorry, black, brown, dark brunette, brunette, dark blonde, and blonde. I will tell you, you cannot go wrong with having blonde eyebrow pencils on your shelves, consultants. You definitely need to do that, okay? And again, by the way, this is a chart, and here's a suggestion at your Mary Kay parties. You can go online onto InTouch and actually get this. They have it on there under products or browse. Ask your director where it is. This is something that I usually would take to my Mary Kay party or events or pop-ups or whatever, just to help people understand, because a lot of people want to know about brows. So if you have time at your Mary Kay party, maybe while the charcoal mask is drying, anything like that, you can also spend some time on brow products. But remember, it is also a bundle too. All right, let me share with you the different things here that we went through tonight. Did you all get all that stuff? Okay. All right, so those are the things. So we went through brushes and brows tonight, both, okay? So let me do this. I'm gonna take this here and go to one more screen share. And I want you to see all of these items that we have so that you can talk to Mary Kay Beauty tonight if you'd like to. These are the items we talked about tonight and the prices. But I'm sure if you bundle it together, your consultant will give you a special offer, okay? So down here's our brush set. Our beautiful brush set is only $56. That gives you 5 brushes. And trust me, if you guys are out shopping this weekend, check out really good brush sets, okay? And see how much they are. There's our foundation brush, and our brow liners are all only $14. So the perfect brow will be a brow liner, an eyeliner brush. There's your spoolie brush for 10, your brow liner for 14, your brow tint for 14, and then follow up with a styling gel. There's the cream color brush there also too, or the smudger brush that I use underneath. And then there's the foundation brush too. So these are all the great brushes that you guys can have. You know, if you're a guest on here tonight, if you want to take just a quick picture of that, or consultants, you want to take a quick picture of that, and you can text it out to your guests here tonight also too. All right, so let me get on back on the screen share. Next week,